Even though I'm having a hard time taking care of my mother.
Yeah, I'm going to be repeating after you, right?
You could. I'd like that.
Okay. All right. Even though I'm having a hard time taking care of my mother,
I'm willing to accept myself anyway.
I'm willing to accept myself anyway.
Even though I'm having a hard time taking care of myself
Even though I'm having a hard time taking care of myself
and loving myself.
and loving myself.
I have all this regret and self-blame.
All this regret and self-blame.
I choose to be willing to accept myself anyway.
I choose to be willing to accept myself anyway.
Even though I'm having a hard time.
I'm having a hard time.
And I make it harder by beating up on myself.
And I make it harder by being up on myself.
I choose to love, honor, and accept myself as best as I can.
Choose to love, honor, and accept myself as best as I can.
It's not perfect,
Not perfect,
but I am willing.
but I am willing.
Okay, let's start going through the points. I'm having a hard time.
I'm having a hard time.
I'm having a really hard time.
I'm having a really hard time.
And I am so frustrated.
So frustrated.
I'm so frustrated
So frustrated.
at how reactive I am.
How reactive I am.
How reactive I've been.
How reactive I've been.
All of this frustration.
All of this frustration.
Giving myself a hard time
Giving myself a hard time.
for having such a hard time.
For having such a hard time.
I should know better.
You should know better.
I have all these shoulds.
You have all the should.
It's hard being me right now.
It's hard being me right now.
It's hard being me.
It's hard being me.
And maybe, just maybe,
Maybe, just maybe,
I can release some of that judgment
I could release some of that judgment.
and look at myself the way a good friend would,
And look at myself the way a good friend would.
and say to myself the things a good friend would.
Say to myself the things a good friend would.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm sorry you're having a hard time.
I'm sorry you're having a hard time.
There are some good things you're doing.
There are some good things you're doing.
Let's do more of that.
Let's do more of that.
You're heading in the right direction.
You're heading in the right direction.
You're going to get through this.
You're going to get through this.
I know you have doubts.
I know you have doubts.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I love you.
I love you.
You're going to get through this.
You're going to get through
I
this.
see the big picture.
This is a big picture.
You are not your pain body.
You are not your pain body.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
Your mother's not going to live forever,
Mother's not going to live forever.
and neither is your pain.
And neither is your pain.
This too will pass.
This too will pass.
We're going to get through this.
You're going to get through this.
And we're going to let go.
What did you say?
Oh, we're going to let go together
Okay, we're going to let go together
of the belief
of the belief
that there's value in giving myself a hard time.
that there's value in giving myself a hard time.
There's part of me that wants to shake me
There's part of me that wants to shake me,
and slap me in the face
slap me in the face,
and say, "Bad girl,
and say, "Bad girl,
look at all the pain you caused.
all the pain you caused.
It's all your fault.
It's all your fault.
Cool your jet, sister.
Cool your jet, sister.
Soften up.
Soften up.
Soften up or shut up."
Soften up or shut up.
Karen's in a lot of pain.
Karen's in a lot of pain.
She has a superhuman job right now.
She has a superhuman job.
She's doing her best,
She's doing her best.
and her best is enough.
And her best is enough.
And it will get better,
It will get better.
especially if you, inner critic,
Especially if you, inner critic,
soften up.
soften up.
Become a support person instead of an enemy.
instead of an enemy.
Yeah. There's no value in beating her up.
There's no value in beating her up.
There's a lot of value in loving and accepting her
There's a lot of value in loving and accepting her
and nurturing her.
and nurturing her.
Because Karen is around her mother,
Karen is around her mother,
who wasn't the best source of nurturing.
who wasn't the best source of nurturing.
And nurturing is what both of you need.
And nurturing is what both of you need.
Yeah. I love my nurturing.
I love my nurturing.
I love how I nurture the cats.
I love how I nurture the cat.
I love how I nurture.
I love how I nurture.
And I'm willing to nurture me.
And I'm willing to nurture me.
I am willing to nurture me.
I'm willing to nurture me.
Nurturing me.
Nurturing me.
I love nurturing me.
I love nurturing.
I'm worthy and deserving of nurturing myself.
I'm worthy and deserving of nurturing myself.
Clearing any beliefs to the contrary.
What was the first one?
Clearing any thoughts to the contrary.
Clearing any thoughts to the contrary.
And accepting my own nurturing
And accepting my own nurturing.
that I deserve.
That I deserve.
In body, mind, and spirit.
Body, mind, and